Welcome traders, welcome to this quick vibration sequencing numbering methodology. We are just using WAVE59 here to count the numbers, the bars, and this is running on the frequency of 369, focusing on the ninth element, which you can think in terms of is frequency of 9, multiplication of 9 duplex circuits, and how it works. Remember, knowing what is going to happen before it happens, that's the story of Gann. Next story is when the profiling is going on, supply demand, real time, that comes level 2. Gann sits on top of everybody, unfortunately. Then comes your ICTs and 2-bar pattern, 3-bar pattern, multi-time frame, 3-bar patterns, break and retest of these patterns. Again, these are after the fact level 3. Next comes your master retail traders with the army of indicators. So now this is going to help top-down approach. This is the root, the seed of all vibrations. So Gann was pretty much aware of this, and he did what he will win lottery, bring plane full of money from where it was allowed to play the lotteries, and he will win the lotteries in his private plane. He will predict everything. It will go here precisely, it will go here precisely, right? And then obviously he was a great trader. So now, for those people who want to be at the seed level, this is where 369 forecast enables you. The air is thin on the top for a reason, because it takes a huge amount of effort to gain this knowledge, especially when you're fighting with the retail sharks with thousands of indicators and distractions. You lose the seed of creation of vibration. So here it is, just to remind you. So now what we're looking at is the chart of ES on a 5-minute chart, and then what we are looking at is simple bar counting numbers based on the multiplicity of 9. Okay, and you may use the number of Venus, which has a yearly cycle of 225 days, and then we are going to rotate the market according to that. Even 2 to 5 is also 9. Okay, all right, so this is how it works. So we take the major highs and major lows. We understand what those pivots should be because of the big banking bar DNA inside that. There are some qualification criteria. All right, now these big bars will create your low value nodes if you look inside the bar. So here it is. Now remember, 9. In Asian cultures, they talk about repeating something 108 times, because the whole Vedic system, which is the most profound system of the unknown, unseen manifestations, and understanding this vibration, they request you to take the circle, divide into 108 parts, which is 9. 1 plus 0 plus 8 is 9. Then they tell you to repeat a certain structure, words are vibrations 108 times. That's the whole frequency generator methodology these people already have. So that is how it is done. So 108, 9, 18, 36, 72, 144 to 88. Gann was doing very profound things with that. The pyramid of Giza has a slope of 51 degrees, 51.2, close to speed of light in angular momentum. So you'll see all these numbers show up in the ES market. So that proves the seed is in operation, not the bottom-up sharks trying to control the market. Remember, these are the whales. Even the whales, they come at level 2. This is beyond that level. All this, where Gann sits at level, seed level of creation and creation of vibrations in the market. And then we drill down from there. As I said, you can structure it that way. So this knowledge is hidden for a reason, and here it is exposed for you to start doing your work, and you can teach a lot of things like these in the whole program. It's a long program, but here it is. 81 high to low, 99, 81, 107. If I make it properly here, right? I just did it very fast for you guys, so don't have to waste the time. Remember, you are going to be occupied 90% of the time with the level 4 indicators, spinning indicators, right? And sometimes you get a little smarter, and then maybe you go to level 2, maybe, profiles, value area breakout, and low value nodes, high value nodes, jumping from POC, big blocks, retested, breakout, absorption. Remember, we know all this, where it is going to happen before it happens, where the game will be played. Once you know where you want to play the game, then you play the game. All right, so this is just approach to Gann, how we see it. So 108 is on top, as you can see. If we just really, I just want to not, okay, 108. Now remember, we also have a what we call as overlapping energies, which you can look at. So here it is, 108, 81, 81, bottom to bottom, 81, 108, 81. Now these numbers are moving quite a bit, right? As I said, we predict every time. We can predict intraday every time pivots. We can predict everything. Why? Because we are working with the seed information, seed of creation. In the beginning, there was Adam and Eve and the tree of knowledge. They told you not to have that knowledge. They took the knowledge, they subsidized the knowledge, they modified the knowledge, they kept the real knowledge, and then they told you to go and play with the indicators of stock market, right? That's how it is. They want to keep you in darkness, right? So coming from darkness to light, yin to yang, is a different world of Gann, and this is where the seed is. Now remember, if two things are pointing from different vibration, has much more power. So here we have 60, 63, you will see all the numbers show up here. Okay, do it properly. 62, 63. We're not looking for a tiny miny, we're looking for a big, huge 5,000, 7,000 per contract moves. Okay, huge moves. 5,000, 5,000, 7,000. We're looking for a big numbers. You're not looking for tiny miny vibrations. Okay, all right. So the main idea is seed numbers, A9981, and then we have this 63, 36. Now we have to understand this. What is a circle? Circle is 360 or circle is 100? Is circle 30 or circle is 100 or 360 is a circle? What are the relationship between these? Now we're getting into seed of creation of everything you live, the world you live in, the numbers you use. These are coming from some very high advanced philosophies which Gann was aware of, which we have decoded. All right, so 369 is focusing on Gann frameworks, not on retail frameworks, so just be aware of that. So 81, 63, 36, 9 times 2 is 18 times 2 is 36, so 36, 72, 36 core numbers, 36. You got it? 108, 108 top to top. Here is another one, from this top to this top, 108, 69, there we go, 52, 53. Why is that? Why? Because of angular momentum or speed of light. Okay, do it properly. Pivot is here. So I'm just doing it very fast. 51.4 degrees is sitting right here, right? Now we are not measuring degrees. That's again, there's a different seed. There's so many seeds like these. This is a starting seed of just counting 1 to 5. That's all there is. All right, there we go. 93. From this top to this top, 93. This top to this top, 63. Two things came together. Do you see that? Two things came from here, 90 and 108. Reversals. 36, 56. Okay. 55. 51, 52, right here. Okay, so reversal was coming, 51.4 So right here, it was a November. It came out a little bit up. Again, great way to trade options and stocks and ETFs. You can, now this is very high level. You refine it down to actual minute of turn. That is a different model, right? Which is different seed model. So I'm qualifying the big numbers first. All right, let's keep going. So you got 36, 63, 36, boom. You can keep measuring everything in the number sequencing. All right, let's move forward quickly. Second week. From now you can have big numbers. Remember, if the circle is 360, if I create my own circle of 30, or my circle of like 1 month has 30 days, or circle of moon rotation of 30 days is equal to 360 degrees, right? Same thing in our numerical system, we go from 1 to 100, right? So why can't 100 be a circle? You have to start thinking on those terms, and there it is. Now I'm saying 108, if I go to the next higher vibration is 208, next one is 308. Now you see these numbers, you don't see this? 308 is nothing more than 108, which has gone to the third circle. And now here we have 225. Why 225? Because that is half a circle, 180 plus extension 45 more, and that 225 is the year of Venus. Venus is a financial number, so we use finance and Venus. All right, so now let's talk about 72, 36. Okay, full numbers. So you got the idea. So 308, you can, if you want to trade big numbers, wait for big numbers. Why it stopped here in price? I will just show you one example. We can simply use C54. C54 is one of the level 1 module number. So here it is, my friends, right here. It can be off by a bar, right? That's it. But we know where the big vibrations are coming. All right, so 108, 36, again 51, 54. Now there are some rules for this. Shall we use which one? But pretty simple. Just keep it simple. All right, so this we can extend this, right? So just simple bar counting. When you are suspecting, I think my level 4 indicator is telling me that, hey, I should be going somewhere, right? Long and short. Well, you can directly cross-check the vibration. So I can cross-check the vibration. This is a full circle. 100 is a circle. I don't want to get into a lot more detailed concepts, but you got the idea. 69, right? Here from here, it is going to be finding some numbers of 136 from the top to bottom. So I need to, now if you don't know how to pick tops and bottoms, we tell you what to do. What we tell you to do is look for big bars. Excuse me. Okay. All right. So from here, 81. Big bar was there, big peak was there, boom, boom. Look at this, big bar, DNA, top. So top is qualified. These are a bunch of tops, but this is a much prominent top because it has DNA in it, 81. So who can say the market doesn't vibrate to Gann philosophy? Only people who have no clue how market works at level, seed level, right? Seed level, 136 right here. See that? So what is going on here? So we have 52 degrees from here, pyramid, 136 coming from there, 136 is 36, 236, 336. So you see how everything is, just market is just saying yes sir, Gann, yes sir, I sir, Gann sir. All right. Living in darkness, I think, is where the fun is. Getting to the light is very difficult. Very, very hard. All right. And this is where we have Gann spent his lifetime. What he was able to do, no one is able to do. Remember, 36, 72, 81, 108, 181, 108. Confluence of multiple things coming together right here. Cluster, huge cluster. Went up $10,000 per contract. If you have options, So you can catch weekly swings, highs, lows, dailies, high, lows. So I can understand that you want to now naturally figure out, okay, I see these big numbers are working. Where's my price? Can I zoom in into intraday time? Sure, you can. If you know the big level numbers, you can go inside the day itself. Then you can say, I made a high at 9:05. I can tell you the next high will or low will be coming at, say, 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock, right? So these are deeper concepts. But now, from here, the top one, so many things came together, right? Right here, 225, 393. Remember, 93, 393, 293, the same thing. It's a second circle, third circle. 225, complete circle, one circle of Venus. This is again we're doing with Venus. Why? Because we want to use the Venus vibration, which controls the financial market. Now we have C54. This is where the second part of it comes into picture, right? So why did market stop here? Now one of the models we talk about is C54. So we have this. Now we need to know the seed points. This trend line is broken, seed point is here. Remember, this is what it all started, all this. So I need a seed point. This is a trend line, break, retest. So this is a trend line projected from the seed. What do we see? Thick line. This is C54, which is your circle and half a circle. Remember, it's extension of circles. We are shaping the numbers into 100, into 30, into 360, into half a circle. 30 is a circle, 100 is a circle. These are the things you need to get your head wrapped around to be able to do that properly. All right. So now from here, 63, 163 is same as 63. 235 is same as 235, right? 236, sorry. 36 is same as 236, is same as 136. 236, 263, all the same numbers, same things. 137 is same as 136 is same as sorry, it's gonna be somewhere here. Okay, all right, this one missed by a bar, but that's how it is. So that's why we can recommend that you start doing some confluence numbers. So 120 has own, I don't want to get into a lot more numbers, but you got the idea. When I'm looking for numbers, where are my numbers? 108, where's my 109, where's my 36, where's my 72? So if I go and say, okay, I will start with only 90s, now backtest will tell you which numbers are comfortable for you to use, because how you trade. 72, 63, right? 72, 72, start here. So start with the 72, 144, 36, 81, and you will see how market is repeating itself in these numbers. All right, so you got the idea how this was created. I'm just doing it in front of you right now, right? 272, I need to see some numbers floating around. So from major high and major low. Now 125. Now remember, Venus goes in 1 year in 125. Sorry, 225. If that 225 is a circle, right? Circle is 100. This is 2 circle is 200. So 225 is the third circle. If I subtract 1 or 2 circles from it, what do I get? 125. All right. Okay. Remember, we are looking for multiple things coming together. That's the key. 2 things from major levels. Big pivot. Boom. There we are. And look at that. Now this is where the major swings are coming from. The seed information, my friends. Seed information. The creation of the vibration. 63, 36, 336 is same as, right? So I'm looking for collision from the major. So here is 216. Okay, why 216? We'll talk about 216. It's again astro number. If you don't have the number, that's fine. Leave it alone. If you don't understand it, leave it alone, right? So from these 236, 336, 63, 3 things came together, and there we go. Went down like crazy, stopped by these vibration numbers in this bar, reversal, right? In July, you can keep going on and on and on and on, and that is what you need to test. This is what you need to learn, the seed, the creation. Once you master this, then comes the second part, which is the profiling, real-time supply demand. How are they interacting when they come? We know they're gonna come here. right? Before they come. That's the whole story of Mr. Gann. This 369forecast.com is designed for knowing the seed level information. Millions of retail customers can be obtained by different kind of information. So I'm looking at something right now again, 63, 66, right? So I need to first qualify. Let's do this last one, okay? So I'm looking for numbers. What numbers I'm looking for? Is there going to be a low? I don't know, right? We start with I don't know. But I know where is 51 degree, 0.4 degrees. I know this number. Is this, when this is coming, I'm waiting, and it came into me. Now I need one more confluence. What do I do? Well, I know my numbers. Can we see that more numbers? 72. There it is. Okay. All right. Can I do more? Can I do more? Can I qualify more? Can I, something else can help me? Here comes 281. There we go, my friends. There we go. There we go. Right there. Boom. And look at that. 200 points on ES. All right. Now comes the, I want to be trader and I want to do this. I want to do that. Well, if you don't know what you're doing, right? Confused. Your retail information you have in your heads are sucking you down. Lucky are the people who've never been a retail trader. But if you are a retail trader, you are in a very world of hurt because your neural networks in your brain has been modified in such a depth cannot change. It's like you learning a new language. As a child, you can learn a lot of things. Now you are a master of retail world. You're a master retail trader. Now you cannot, your brain has been shifted. Now if I tell you tomorrow that, hey, this is the book of becoming a brain surgeon, right? 1,000-page book, read it, you'll be a brain surgeon, make $1 million a year. That is what's going on. You'll not understand the words, you'll not understand comprehend the structure of prefix, suffix, and how the words are, what a deeper meaning is involved in this. That is where the problem is. It's nothing to do with intelligence. So this proves that this is as a sentient beings, you don't need super intelligence. You need to be able to count. So this is a book of counting numbers. 81 is 281. 225 should be there somewhere. Let's see. 220, 25. Okay, so I'm making my detective moves. Okay, things are coming together. Something might happen here. We don't know what, but something is expected to happen. 60, 63. So they're clustering together. Okay, clustering together. From this one, if I do it from this one, same thing, right? Something is coming together. How much time it took to do it? Coming together. 3 clusters. Big. Boom. If you don't know these big, huge vibrations, then comes the price. Can I predict this price? What is it doing? Yeah, I can. Can I tell you intraday what pinpoint the minute is going to change? Yes, we can. That is level 5 information. So this is, I think, a great start. Start counting your bars. What kind of bars we have? How do you count them? How do we structure these bars? There are various kinds of bars which have various kinds of vibrations. Once you get to the seed 0, there's also seed on top of that seed, which is Tesla seed, who changed the world. We are all enjoying today. One man changed the world. So that gets into a lot more reflective methodologies, how the vibrations are reflective in nature. Not only they are having the property of multiplicity and division, they also have reflective nature. This is where the stories are told about the reflection laws, polarity laws, right? Action equal to minus reaction, but there's a lot more going on. Talking about anti-gravity, without energy, without any source of power, you floating and you just float a million miles. Hypersonic, super 10x hypersonic, without any source of energy, because source of energy is surrounding you, right? This is where research is going on. But the powers to be will not let it happen that easy. It will collapse half the world, right? So we're not into that dark theories and whatnot. But if you want to look at numbers, how you apply this, at least here in bar counting, philosophy of reflection, right? And if you want to get into quantum mechanics, quantum physics, we are at the early part of it, but I think the free energy source, eventually science is there, knowledge is there, mathematics is there. Rocket still doesn't have to have fuel. Okay, so I think again, this is not my philosophy. You can watch the videos which are posted by United States government about the spatial travels which are now officially in public domain. The problem is the same thing happens. The mysteries are built in retail market. Mysteries are built in certain philosophies, marketing. This knowledge is simple. This knowledge is different. But that is where you can start getting from, if you want to get into Gann and Tesla, into the real world of laws of vibrations. This is starting point, not the ending point. Once you know, right, and then you go after that. I'm going after this full circle, half a circle. I need multiple confluences. I'm not curve fitting it. I'm looking for confluences. Okay, so that I can qualify. Right, 2 things coming together, 3 things coming together. Now they are all reflecting itself, coming from the numbers, 9 numbers, 8 jumps. 89 is the most prominent number. 89, 108, 72, 144, 288, 306, 93, 96, 89, 81. Boom, great numbers, and they work. All right. So I think Nassim Harriman may be something you want to follow and check it out, how the new physics is coming, so we can have unlimited source of energy and unlimited travels in space, because next 2000 years we are traveling in space. That's the humanity is moving in that direction. It's better to get into the core philosophies of energy, reflection, laws of fundamental creation. All right. So my friends, that is all. Just have a look at this new science, new ways, and this is now. Once I'm here, we drill down from top level to the profiling level to the marketing level. We have 100 tools to now. Reflection is going to come here or not? Well, we can see that. We can detect this is a potential reflection of C54, right? This is where now you go down from market profiling level, and you can use some ICT concepts, intermarket divergences, ES made higher, NQ made lower low, somebody made higher high. This is called intermarket divergence. All the ICT 3 bars is nothing more than 3 bars, right? 3 bar jumps. It's like momentum bar, boom, boom, boom. So something came in to push the 3 bars without stopping, boom, 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 3 bar patterns, 3 soldier patterns. Now you can put all this. Will the 3 soldier pattern stop here? Or is it a market profile breakout has failed, right? Did the breakout fail here? Who failed it? Why it failed? You have 200 contracts trying to push the market up, 1000 contracts coming in. Oh, it's iceberg. Oh, iceberg is spoofing is going on. Oh, they pulled the limit orders on level 3 LBO books. Great. Level 2 information. Level 1 information. It's not level 0 information. It's not a seed information. Seed information is missing in everybody's mindset. That's why they can't make it. And then once you have that, in the last stage, you can use some oscillations, right? So you're playing with level 4, lowest information of retail. Maybe you're getting some smart things about, some patterns which are showing up there, bar patterns, psychological patterns on the bar. And then you are interfacing with the banking profile, which is a raw supply demand. And depending on how good you get in these, you're getting success. But beyond that, on top of this unique information. Thank you very much.